We're about to interview Francis Flinskowski, my grandfather, and a World War II veteran. He was a communications specialist with the
13th Air Force.
With the Air Force. All right, Francis.
Yes.
Grandpa. What were your experiences in the war?
My experiences, sad. I wish I had been home and not been in the war. War, you know, war is like you see it on movies and television. It's way different than that. Travel, like when I was in the Pacific, vast distance of ocean separated us from the Japanese. Everything was done by air.
Was it scary?
No, well, I was only 18, so.
Wait, do you want to look at the camera? It's just
look at the camera.
I was only 18 years old. It didn't bother me. When you're 18, nothing bothers you. I enlisted in 1942 and came home in December 25th, 1945.
Christmas.
This is filming.
You came home at Christmas?
I came home right for you.
Wait, did you know Grandma yet?
No.
Let's show a picture of my beautiful
grandma.
I met him in 48.
We were married in 48. No, you met me in 47, 46, and we were married in 48.
Well, tell us about these medals.
Well, the first one, when I first went overseas, I was in the 5th Air Force. And in December, when they formed the 13th Air Force, they sent half our units to the 13th Air Force. The medals you see there, the first medal is the Good Conduct Medal with a clasp. They gave me 2 of them, so that's the way they give you the signified one with the clasp on top. The American Defense. The ribbon next to that, the other one with the little stars on it, is the Southwest Pacific Medal, Pacific Area Operations, and they're the campaigns I was in. That is the American Defense. The one beside that is the Philippine Liberation Medal given by the Philippine government. And the last one is the Philippine Victory Medal.
What are these?
Well, they're the bars that go signify which medals I have.
Oh, I see. Wait, what's that thing in the middle above the dog tag?
That's when the war ended, they discharged you. That's what it was called a ruptured duck.
Oh,
a little duck you wore in your coat. The tag underneath my dog tags.
Wait, what does it say?
13, 125, 846.
How do you remember that?
Never forget it.
Is that what people called you? Is that like your number?
That's the number when you ever die or something. They put that on your big toe.
On your big toe?
Yeah. And then they pull one off and give it to the grade registration department.
What is that?
And that is from the Philippine government. When you receive any medals, people would lie and say, oh, I got this medal or I have this medal, unless they have a form like that issued by the government. They're lying. That was from the Philippine Army.
Allergies.
Oh, I'm telling you, this is terrible.
Grandpa, we got that on camera. We totally have to
I'd like to funny.
Where were you when Pearl Harbor happened?
I was in a movie theater called the Kent Theater in Kensington.
Kensington, where's that?
In Philadelphia.
Oh.
And they come on the screen that the Japanese just attacked Pearl Harbor.
So you were immediately called out to go?
No, I was only 17. As soon as I was 18, I enlisted.
Oh. What did you exactly do in the war?
In the war, communications we used to set up, we used to go, as soon as they would capture an airfield, we would come right behind them. We set up all kind of bases like radio, telephone center, teletype communications. That's like sending wires out, and a message center. So any messages, like say one general wanted to send a message to to a group that would come through us, and we would deliver it to them. And we used to have a big radio network we used to set up. And we could communicate from island to island when they would come to us for that.
That's interesting. Where were you stationed? Were you stationed in?
I was stationed, let me see, Espiritu Santos.
Where's that?
That's in the Hebrides Islands. Biak Island. That's up off the coast of New Guinea. That's the Dutch island. That was the Dutch government owned that. Then I was sent to Los Negros and the Armelles. And then from the Armelles, I went to the Philippines. That's when they were invading the Philippines. We went up there to Zamboanga, the island of Zamboanga.
When you enlisted?
Mindanao. I was Mindanao, but the town was Zamboanga.
When you enlisted, did you get to choose which side you went to? Because I know at the time the Germans were fighting and the Japanese were fighting. So did you get to choose if you went over to Europe or the Philippines?
No, when I first went in the Army, I went down to Seagirt, New Jersey for basic training. And then they give you all kind of tests. They test you see what you can do, what your abilities are. And then they give you 3 options. You pick an option. Then I went to Seagirt, New Jersey. I was a National Guard Army base, which the government, with the United States Army took over during the war. I trained there for 90 days. They learned how to march, take orders, what to do, and stuff like that. Then I was sent to, let's see where I was sent to. I was sent to Woodward, Oklahoma, right outside Oklahoma City, the 321st Group. Then I was sent, we went up to Topeka Air Base in Topeka, Kansas. And from there I went to Stoneman, California. And I went overseas from Pier 4 in San Francisco for the Cisdania. That was a Liberty ship. Oh no, the Wallace. That's the first one. The Wallace that took me overseas. 30 days we crossed the Pacific. Took 30 days at sea. And then from there I went to New Caledonia. From there we went up to Espiritu Santos. And then we went from island to island. I was more, we were in a more advanced group. Most of the times that we were with the 24th Division and the 1st Cavalry, when they would assault the island, with 2 days we'd go there. As soon as they would capture the airfield, and we'd set up communications on the airfield. See, people don't understand the war. Of every 10 soldiers go overseas, only one's a fight, he's a combat man. The other 9 are support, medical, quartermaster, paymaster. All these men have to maintain that one guy.
That's interesting. Well,
when I came home in December on the Cisdania, that was a Dutch ship. San Francisco. I came home to San Diego, California, to March Field. That's where I was discharged from, San Diego, California. Big air base there.
wow.
What else do you want to know, Bill?
Do you regret going into the war? Do you regret going into the war?
Nah, when you're 18 years old, that don't bother you.
Wow. Thank you, Gramps.
Thank you.
It was nice hearing all your stories.
I hope that helped you, baby.
It did help, Gramps. It did. Don't you worry. But that's all. Back to you, Laura.